Hello, ladies, and welcome back to the Adam 22 Daily News Show, where I cover all the interesting things going on in hip-hop and the adjacent culture. Let's get right into it. But before we do, I just want to say, drop a like, drop a comment, and smash that subscribe because it means the world to me. It lets me know that you're enjoying the videos. Let's get this video up to a humble 15,000 comments. We could do that, right? 15,000 likes, 15,000 comments, and I will be so proud. Let's get into the first story. Well, it appears Pierre Bourne is not feeling the new Juice WRLD album cover. The Juice WRLD album cover right here, it plays on some PlayStation themes, and I guess when Pierre Bourne saw this, he was not happy. Pierre took to his Instagram and he wrote, "Y'all gonna take my album cover too," and he posted up a picture of Juice WRLD's album cover. We believe that the issue here is that Pierre's mixtape, The Life of Pierre 4, includes somewhat similar imagery, really not that similar at all. If Pierre's pissed off about this, let's hope that he doesn't notice this Comethazine and Young Nudie flyer that we did for a show recently. I mean, really using the PlayStation graphics from the cover of one of those games that we all grew up on. Pretty generic. I don't really think Pierre has much of an argument here, and I think he knows that too because he deleted this and apparently isn't actually going to push the issue. As for us, all the music fans out here, let's hear this Juice WRLD album. Let's get that Juice WRLD album out. Also, Chris Long, he created a very dope full-length documentary about Juice WRLD's process that he went through while recording this project, and that's going to be out soon too, so keep an eye out for that. Next story. Now, the other day, I was talking about how Lil Pump said that he was going to be giving the commencement speech at Harvard. Well, it turns out that he was embellishing a little bit, which I thought was incredibly obvious. It turns out that this situation actually is slightly more real than I expected. A statement was actually put out, and it says that the only thing we are aware of that he is doing is a live interview with WRLD Harvard Radio this Thursday, and he's taking questions from audience/listeners. That, though, is a Harvard Radio student event, not a Harvard University event. Now, I'm an idiot and I don't really know the difference, but it appears that this is more of a student radio type thing. I don't know. Apparently, it's a pretty big honor for Pump to go and do something at Harvard, but commencement speech, no, that's not real. If you needed this clarified, then you might want to go get your head checked. Next story. Okay, so let's get old school for just a moment. De La Soul, their catalog is not available on streaming services, which is very upsetting to a lot of people out there. If you don't know, they're one of the most classic hip-hop groups ever. Well, they've taken to their Instagram to basically rally against Tommy Boy Records. Now, Tommy Boy Records does not necessarily have the best track record in terms of artists leaving happy, but I guess in this situation, they've really managed to piss off De La Soul. Let's just head to their Instagram and see this series of posts that they've posted about this. First one says, "Dear fans, we just got off the phone with Tommy Boy Records, negotiations or lack thereof to release our catalog on all streaming platforms. Uh-oh." Next one. "Dear fans, we just got wind that Tommy Boy was not happy about our last post. Touche. We are not happy about releasing our catalog under such unbalanced, unfair terms. Hashtag respect the artist." Next one says, "Dear fans, the music will be released digitally. After 30 long years of good music and paying their debt to hip-hop, De La Soul, unfortunately, will not taste the fruit of their labor. Your purchase will roughly go 90% Tommy Boy, 10% De La. Thank you. Sincerely yours. Hashtag the phantom $2 million debt." The next post says, "Dear fans," so check this one out. "Monday, when confronted and questioned whether or not all samples have been cleared for our catalog streaming release, Tommy Boy felt that it would be better to move forward with the release and deal with claims/lawsuits later on. Really? That's just not smart business. We do not want to be sued." And then I believe this is the final one. It says, "Dear fans, we just got off the phone with Tidal in support of the artist. Tidal has decided not to stream our catalog until this matter has been resolved. Thank you, Tidal. Thank you, Jay." Oh, okay, and there is one more here. It says latest news, and this was posted just 4 hours ago. "Dear fans, Tommy Boy wants to negotiate, but only if we sign a confidentiality agreement first. It feels like they want to silence us to ensure that we cannot share the story with you while they continue to shortchange our legacy at the negotiation negotiating table. How about we close the deal first, then we agree to keep the deal confidential. So yeah, I guess you guys can put all the pieces together here, but basically Tommy Boy Records is trying to take 90% of the money once this music is put on streaming services. And interestingly, Tidal, which has always positioned itself as being sort of artist first with Jay-Z, really trying to establish them as the streaming service that takes better care of the artist. I guess he's in De La Soul's corner. Who knows if he's the one that actually made the decision, but somebody over there made the decision to not take part in this. Now, we don't know a ton of details about exactly what's going on behind the scenes, but it's interesting what they said about how they were trying to just put the stuff up and then worry about sampling issues and everything afterwards, because that's the kind of situation that could very easily end up with tons of lawsuits. And it appears that Tommy Boy Records is just really trying to not pay De La. So this story is still developing, but it will be very interesting to see where this goes from here. Next story. Did Blueface say that Cardi B smells? A fake viral story started going around on the internet the other day, and the title was Blueface. Cardi B's twerk wind had the whole set smelling like dead raccoons while filming the Tatiana video. Now, do you really think that Blueface would say something like this about the most high-profile woman in the rap game right now? Let's be real. Obviously, he did not say something like this. But look at the fake quote here. It was cool, but Cardi B's twerk wind had the whole set smelling like dead raccoons. I know she a blood, but shorty smell like blood too. It was sad because she too fine and real for that. Now, anyone should have been able to tell that this was not real. But, I mean, it's pretty funny that Blueface had to come out and correct it. For the record, he wrote on Instagram, "This shit fake as a bitch. Y'all got both of us fucked up. Discredit any site posting this, because that must mean everything else they posting is fake news as well." This seems pretty obvious to me, but I do just love the idea of Cardi B having this sort of foul twerk wind. I've never actually encountered twerk wind. If you've ever seen a woman twerking who her booty hole smelled so bad that you could just smell it just on the video set, I mean, this is a disgusting mental image. I don't know how the hell anybody thought this was going to work as a fake viral story, but I mean, my hat is off to the internet because you guys never let us down. Next story. So Trippy Red has gone out and released a lot of his old music. I'm not sure how his label's going to feel about this, because usually they don't like artists putting out old music that's not monetized when they could be promoting their new music that is monetized and is all over streaming services. But anyway, there's a 14-track project that showed up on SoundCloud that Trippy is promoting. He wrote, "In my bio right now is a lot of my old music. I had it in my email that you need to hear if you love the old me. Old Self is out now. Go turn up to Old Lil Baby 14. Oh yeah, P.S. Thanks to, I don't know how to say that. He helped find, put together, and get this tape to y'all, my slime." So yeah, it has not been uploaded to the official Trippy Red SoundCloud, but if you are a diehard Trippy Red fan, then you're probably going to want to head on over and check this out and see exactly what Trippy was on back in the day, because apparently it's good stuff. I haven't actually had time to listen yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Next story. You guys have heard of Icebox, right? Popular Atlanta-based jewelry shop. Well, they're beefing with Young Thug. They're basically suing him for $115,000. Young Thug's response to this is that basically they were trying to befriend him. They were giving him all sorts of jewelry and just saying, "Oh, you can hold this, you can use this, you don't have to pay us back for a long time, you don't have to pay us back at all, etc., etc." And then apparently at a certain point they just decided, okay, now we're coming for our bag, and they just demanded $115,000 via lawsuit. Young Thug is really not feeling this one. I guess we're gonna learn a lot more about this soon, because it is still a developing story. But yeah, Icebox, not the best look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody is going to want to deal with you guys if you've made Young Thug unhappy. Maybe you should have just took that $115,000 hit on the chin. Next story. It was reported last week that Blockboy JB was wanted for what? Drug possession, gun possession, theft of property, and more. Well, it turns out that Blackboard JB has now finally turned himself in to the police. He is locked up currently. Free Blockboy. We need him back on the streets. Great guy, great person, great musician. get Block Boy out. He ain't do it. Next story. Okay, so you know what NPR's Tiny Desk series is? They've done all kinds of dope performances in this little room with all kinds of live instrumentation, and a lot of times they'll have different rappers come through. There's been a lot of famous ones. Gucci Mane did it. Mac Miller, rest in peace, he did it. Well, apparently recently Future was supposed to do it, and he was supposed to do it with Zaytoven and a whole big old band. But then he didn't show up. Not really sure exactly what was going on in Future Hendrix's life that he wasn't able to make it over to the NPR offices. But what's funny about it, what's kind of cool, is that Zaytoven, being the great dude that he is, he decided to just carry the performance by himself. So him and the live band, they performed a lot of the instrumentals for Future's biggest hits, which is pretty badass. And you should definitely check it out if you get the chance. Oh, okay. And so last story. There's rumors going around about Lil Xan saying that he's faking his pregnancy with his girlfriend. Not his pregnancy, but her pregnancy via his Xan'd out penis. Anyway, I guess it's not true. They're saying it's not true. What they're saying happened is that they made a YouTube video. If you don't know, Annie Smith, who's Xan's girlfriend, she has a YouTube channel and she's been talking about her pregnancy. She's going on tour with them right now over in Europe. And as a result of them posting up a post in the video where you could see the picture of the ultrasound, somebody took that and put it on Google before they were able to put it on Google. And then people are saying that that's proof that they stole the photo from somebody else. I didn't even hit them up when I heard about this rumor because I just figured that it probably wasn't true because it sounds kind of crazy. Yeah, so I never believed it in the first place, but apparently some people want some reassurance that this isn't true. This, I think, might be the biggest fake news story of the month, aside from Blueface sleeping with a transsexual, which that did not happen either. So, yeah, I guess that's the news, and I guess I'm in Australia right now. Maybe, hopefully they let me in. If I am, please, there's pop-up shops, there's hidden festival tour dates you should definitely go to. It turns out that the visa situation did work out about a week after it was supposed to work out, so we are getting out there, and I would love to see all of my fans, all of my friends, my extended family. I would love to see you all out there in Australia. I appreciate you guys. My apologies if any of these stories are a little old. I made 2 news videos in the same day. Appreciate you guys. Seriously though, like, comment, subscribe. It's easy. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter too. Appreciate you guys. Peace.